Hey guys, it's Chris from Fairly Awesome Podcast with your Fairly Awesome WTF movie review.
Oh, what the f***? Is this for real?
This week's film by Facebook request is The Human Centipede. The film opens with Dr. Joseph Hyder weeping over a picture of 3 dogs. He then follows a trucker headed in the woods to drop a deuce and acquires the first piece of his human centipede. From there we jump to Lindsay and Jenny, 2 American girls who get lost in the German woods. First they get a flat tire. Then they're accosted by a skeezy old German guy in a wife beater. Then they decide to walk somewhere, which is always a great idea, and end up even more lost. Finally, they end up at Hyder's remote house. Smelling opportunity and wet dog, Hyder roofies the girls for the rest of his centipede. He ends up killing the truck driver from earlier because he's not a match for the 2 girls, and brings home some random Japanese guy who doesn't speak a single bit of English. Turns out Hyder is a retired Siamese separation surgeon who's developed a special new technique for joining people. The process involves cutting knee tendons, removing teeth, making weird butt flaps, and it's easier if I just show you. Ryan, Nate, can you guys come help me with this real quick? I got everything I think I need here with... No, you got...
No. Screw that.
No,
Screw that.
You're lost, I guess. Anyway, after a successful surgery, Hyder celebrates his genius and begins training his new human centipede. During the centipede's first checkup, we find out the third is dying and the police show up. After some questioning where Hyder flips his shit and the cops all but implicate him in the kidnapping of the American girls, the police leave to get a search warrant. The centipede escapes and attacks Hyder. After a tussle, the cops show back up, everything goes crazy, and pretty much everybody dies. Well, almost everybody dies. First off, what is the deal with bad things happening to people while they're crapping in the woods? This seems to be a common theme in these movies. Hyder is insane and does a pretty good job with his character. I've never been to Germany, but there are a few things I've learned from watching this film. They have the same skeezy old people we have here. Their mad scientists are ridiculously mad, and their cops are stupid. Not that the 2 main girls are geniuses by any stretch. And apparently, the rest stops don't have any kind of facilities, and there's probably a pretty good chance that you'll be shot by the aforementioned mad scientists while dropping a log in the woods. The surgery parts are pretty tame, with a few teeth pulled and some butt flaps cut. Once the centipede is finished, most of the connections are hidden behind gauze wrapping. You can kind of see some staples, but there's nothing really super scary that you can see. There's some blood too. You can see some seams, but like I said, it's really not super scary or revealing. Honestly, the movie's not that great. For everyone making a big deal about it, maybe it's just me, but it's not super scary or super gory or anything like that. Even as a psychological horror film, it's not that extreme. Outside of Hyder and possibly the Japanese guy, the characters suck. The film doesn't follow the 2 girls long enough for you to really care that they've been sewn onto some random dude's ass and forced to crawl around. The cops make you want to scream at your TV because they're so dumb. So should you go see The Human Centipede? No. And not because you're easily scared or because it's weird or gory or whatever. Because it's just not that good of a movie. As far as movies you watch to impress people with your edginess, this one sets the bar pretty friggin' low. If you do decide to go see The Human Centipede anyway, here's a few things to watch out for. Boobs, though not really sexy boobs. Headshots. Surgery gore. Subtitles, I know, reading. And the dreaded man ass. So there you have it. If you really feel like watching it, they have actually made a second Human Centipede, Human Centipede 2, so you can watch that if you are so tempted. But I would probably avoid that movie also because it is just as terrible as the first. So that pretty much wraps it up. Be sure to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/fairlyawesomepodcast. Follow us on Twitter at FAPcast. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and submit any movies you'd like to review down in the comments or at one of our myriad of other social media outlets previously mentioned. As always, thanks for watching. See ya.
Didn't Ryan already bring a whole bunch?
Yeah, he brought a whole bunch. I have like a Mutant League football. Look at the TV name.
I'm glad that's recorded.